What's up, Jersey Shore Jeff, bringing the Jersey Shore to your door, and today the Jersey Shore road trip continues. Now, a lot of people ask me, Jersey Shore Jeff, can you actually drive from Atlantic City to Ocean City along the coast, avoiding the Garden State Parkway? And well, today you're going to find out the answer is yes, and it's very scenic as well. We're starting here in Longport, just south of Atlantic City, crossing over to Ocean City and continuing south through some of the most beautiful scenery we've seen on this entire road trip. We'll visit Ocean City, Avalon and Stone Harbor, travel across bridges surrounded by the incredible Cape May County marshes, and eventually arrive in North Wildwood. And when we get there, we'll just have one more episode left before reaching Cape May. So we've traveled all the way from Sandy Hook down to Cape May, the entire Jersey Shore in this series. So buckle up, episode 5 starts right now. Hey everybody, Jersey Shore Jeff bringing the Jersey Shore to your door. I just did a road trip continuing this series from Brigantine all the way down to Longport, which is where I am right now. And I'm going to continue now from Longport into Ocean City, past Sea Isle City and Stone Harbor and a whole bunch of places, probably ending up by the Wildwoods, which is where I'll end that video and start another video. If anything changes along the way, of course, I'll mention that during the edit of this video. But in any event, let's leave Longport and head down south to Ocean City and points beyond. Now, if you've been following this series from the beginning, you know that we've been making our way down the Jersey Shore coastline, exploring the towns, beaches, neighborhoods, and history that made the Jersey Shore such a special place. This is episode 5 of our 6-part series. Everything north of here has already been covered. We've traveled from Sandy Hook down through northern Jersey Shore, through places like Seabright, Long Branch, Asbury Park, Belmar, down through Point Pleasant Beach, Seaside Heights, and Island Beach State Park, across Long Beach Island, or LBI as the locals call it. And in our last episode, we traveled through Brigantine, Atlantic City, Ventnor, Margate, and Longport, which is what we're leaving right now, and that's exactly where we're starting today. We're in Longport at the southern end of Absecon Island. Atlantic City is behind us, Ocean City is ahead of us, and today we're going to continue south. Now, here's something I hear a lot of people ask quite a bit, and it's, can you drive from Atlantic City to Ocean City along the coast? And the answer is yes, and it's quite scenic. As we leave Absecon Island behind, rather than heading all the way inland and back again, we're going to stay as close to the coast as the roads will allow. This general coast route is part of what is known as Ocean Drive. Ocean Drive isn't one continuous highway in the traditional sense. Instead, it's a roughly 50-mile collection of local roads, county roads, and bridges that connect Atlantic City to the Cape May area, and that's what makes this trip so much fun. We've left Longport and making our way across the waterways separating Absecon Island to the northern end of Ocean City. And look around. This is what I mean when I say the Jersey Shore isn't just the ocean. We've got water everywhere. Back bays, channels, marshes, small islands. These waterways are part of what makes this coastline so beautiful. And they're also the reason traveling north and south along the immediate coast isn't always as simple as looking at a map and following one road. We're traveling across barrier islands here at the Jersey Shore, and every time one island ends, you've got an inlet or another body of water separating it from the next barrier island, and that's where these bridges become so important. And just ahead of us, we're entering Cape May County. We've already traveled through Monmouth County, Ocean County, Atlantic County, and now we've reached Cape May County. And we're getting close. Our first stop in Cape May County is one of the most famous family resorts anywhere on the Jersey Shore. Welcome to Ocean City. And here we are, Ocean City, New Jersey. And don't confuse this one with Ocean City, Maryland. This is Ocean City, New Jersey, better known as America's greatest family resort. And Ocean City has a fascinating history. Long before this was Ocean City, this barrier island was known as Peck's Beach. The name is believed to have come from John Peck, a whaler who used the island as a staging location for whaling operations. Before permanent development, this island was used seasonally for fishing and hunting, and mainland farmers also brought their cattle over here to graze. For a long time, this was basically an undeveloped barrier island of dunes, meadows, and cedar swamps, but that all changed dramatically in 1879 when 4 Methodist ministers came to Peck's Beach looking for a place to establish a Christian seaside retreat similar in concept to Ocean Grove further north. Now, if you're following along on the series, we visited Ocean Grove, I believe it was in part 2 or part 3 of this series. Anyway, these 4 ministers gathered beneath a cedar tree near what's now 6th Street and Asbury Avenue, and they decided this was the place. The Ocean City Association was formed, streets were laid out, lots were sold, cottages and hotels began appearing, and Peck's Beach received a new name, Ocean City. And one of the interesting things about Ocean City is that you can still see the influence of its religious roots today. Ocean City remains a dry town. You can't purchase alcohol beverages here, and for many families, that's part of its appeal. Ocean City built its reputation around family vacations. And the centerpiece of that experience, of course, is the boardwalk. Ocean City's boardwalk, developed over time, has been rebuilt and relocated during its long history. Today it stretches for roughly 2.5 miles and is packed with things people associate with a classic Jersey Shore vacation. You know, amusement rides, arcades, miniature golf, pizza, ice cream, fudge, shops, boardwalk food, and of course, the beach. And well, if you want to see that boardwalk in the downtown areas of Ocean City, those videos are available here on the Jersey Shore Jeff channel. This is Asbury Avenue. If you follow the channel, I've done a lot of shopping and eating along here. There's also been some festivals that I've gone to. Those videos are all available here on the channel. While not every Jersey Shore town can say they have a true downtown area, many of them do, and Ocean City is one of the nicest downtown areas along the Jersey Shore. Other downtown standouts include Point Pleasant Beach, Asbury Park, as we'll see in the next video, Cape May. All these Jersey Shore towns have beautiful downtown areas where you can shop and eat and check out some events. As we get further away from the main boardwalk and downtown area, watch how Ocean City begins changing. This is another thing I love about driving these communities from one end to the other. If you only visit the boardwalk, you only see one version of Ocean City, but keep driving south and it becomes much more residential. The crowds thin out, the amusement rides disappear, the houses become the main attraction, and suddenly this boardwalk town feels like a completely different beach community. And that's something we've seen repeatedly throughout this series. One town can have several personalities depending upon where you are, and the further south we travel today, the more the landscape's gonna change. Eventually we're gonna leave the dense development behind, we're gonna cross waterways and marshes, and we'll eventually arrive on another famous barrier island, 7 Mile Island. As we continue south from Ocean City, we're crossing Corson Inlet and entering a Jersey Shore community that some of you may not be nearly as familiar with. Welcome to Strathmere. We're now on Ludlam Island, a barrier island that Strathmere shares with Sea Isle City further south from Ocean City, and Strathmere is tiny. It's basically a narrow strip of beach community squeezed between the Atlantic Ocean on one side and the bays and marshes on the other. One big development came in 1884 when the West Jersey Railroad extended a rail line through this area connecting Sea Isle City with Ocean City. And just as we've seen in so many Jersey Shore communities during this road trip, once the railroad arrived, development followed. As we continue south from Little Strathmere, we're staying right on Ludlam Island and entering a much larger and better known Jersey Shore community. Welcome to Sea Isle City. Sea Isle City occupies most of Ludlam Island, stretching for about 5 miles. And once again, we're seeing the personality of the Jersey Shore change right before our eyes. We just passed through tiny, relatively quiet Strathmere, and now we're entering a much busier summer resort town filled with beach houses, restaurants, bars, shops, and generations of Jersey Shore memories. Here's a fun fact about Sea Isle City. Its year-round population is relatively small compared with the crowds that arrive during the summer. In fact, the city estimates that its summer population can swell to more than 25 times its year-round population. That's what I call a seasonal town. Sea Isle has a little bit of everything. You've got the beach, fishing, boating, restaurants, and nightlife, family activities, vacation homes, and a downtown area that becomes extremely lively during the summer. And instead of the traditional wooden boardwalk you might expect in places like, say, Ocean City or Wildwood, Sea Isle has an oceanfront promenade, and that's another thing we've discovered on this road trip. Every Jersey Shore town does things just a little bit differently. And take a look at our surroundings as we continue driving south. We're still traveling along the coastal route. Hey, a shout out to Jay Bard, who left a super thanks on my last episode of the Jersey Shore road trip, the Absecon Island video from Brigantine to Longport, including Atlantic City. Thanks so much again for your continued support of this series as well as the New York Network, Joel. I really do appreciate it. We're crossing through a coastal environment that separates many of these communities: water, salt marsh, small channels, open sky, and then another island appears ahead. This is a very different Jersey Shore from the boardwalks and amusement piers, and I think it's every bit as beautiful. We're approaching 7 Mile Island. Despite its name, 7 Mile Island is actually a little bit longer than 7 miles, and it contains 2 communities. Avalon occupies the northern portion, Stone Harbor occupies the southern portion. So let's head into Avalon and check out what's going on there. Welcome to Avalon. Now this is another major change in personality. Avalon is known today as one of the Jersey Shore's more upscale residential resort communities. Beautiful beaches, large homes, shopping, restaurants, boating, fishing, and a much quieter atmosphere than places like Atlantic City or Wildwood. The name itself is interesting. Avalon comes from mythology. In the legends surrounding King Arthur, Avalon was a mysterious island paradise, and that's a pretty ambitious name for a Jersey Shore town, but considering what some of these houses probably sell for today, maybe they were onto something. Avalon even once had its own boardwalk. A boardwalk more than a mile long was constructed during the early 20th century, and that's interesting to think about today because Avalon really isn't known as a boardwalk town. Its modern identity is much more about the beach, residential neighborhoods, restaurants, and shopping. And Avalon has a slogan you may have heard before: cooler by a mile. It's one of those Jersey Shore slogans that's become almost inseparable from the town. As we drive through Avalon, take a look at the homes and shops. You can really see how valuable beachfront and near beachfront property has become in these communities. Some of these houses are incredible, and this is another example of how dramatically Jersey Shore architecture has changed. Many older cottages have been replaced over the decades by larger, more modern homes. But even with all that development, Avalon still has that relaxed island atmosphere, and we're going to stay on 7 Mile Island right now because directly south of Avalon is its neighbor, Stone Harbor. There isn't some dramatic bridge separating Stone Harbor from Avalon. It's simply a continuation of 7 Mile Island. Avalon gradually becomes Stone Harbor. And unless you're watching the signs, you could almost miss the exact moment when you've crossed from one community into the other, but the two towns do have their own identities. Avalon tends to get a lot of attention for its large homes and upscale summer scene. Stone Harbor, on the other hand, has a similar upscale reputation, but also has a very recognizable downtown shopping district and a somewhat different small-town atmosphere. Stone Harbor occupies the southern portion of 7 Mile Island, and its development came somewhat later than Avalon's. Today it's known for its beaches, homes, restaurants, and shopping district, and there's another side of Stone Harbor that fits perfectly with today's drive: nature. Stone Harbor has a long association with birding and coastal wildlife. The Stone Harbor Bird Sanctuary was established in 1947, and when you look around at the geography surrounding this area, it makes perfect sense. We've got a barrier island with the ocean on one side and enormous marsh and wetland environments right behind them. Those wetlands provide critical habitat for birds, fish, and all kinds of wildlife. And that's exactly where we're heading next, because once we leave 7 Mile Island behind, we're going to enter one of my favorite portions of today's drive, the Cape May County marshes. Alright, take a look around. This is the side of the Jersey Shore that doesn't always make the postcards, and maybe it should. We're leaving the beach towns behind for just a little while. Right here, everything opens up. Water, marsh grass, channels, huge skies, birds, boats, and bridges stretching across the wetlands. This is coastal New Jersey, and these are the marshes that are an incredibly important part of the ecosystem of the Jersey Shore. These marshes aren't empty wastelands, quite the opposite. They're incredibly productive ecosystems. Salt marshes provide habitat and feeding grounds for fish, birds, crabs, and countless other species. They also act as a natural buffer. During storms and high tides, marshlands can absorb water and wave energy, and if you're a bird watcher, this part of New Jersey is especially interesting. This area is internationally famous for bird migration. Because of the shape of the peninsula, migrating birds become concentrated as they travel south. All of these wetlands, bays, and marshes provide places to rest and feed for the birds. I want to thank you guys for watching today. This is where today's episode starts to set up for our little finale. We're going to be heading into North Wildwood, which is our stopping point. We're not continuing all the way through the Wildwoods today. I'm saving that because our next episode is going to be the grand finale of this entire Jersey Shore road trip. We'll pick up here in North Wildwood and continue through the Wildwoods and ultimately arrive in Cape May. Once we hit the tip of Cape May, we have traveled all approximately 140 miles of the Jersey Shore from Sandy Hook all the way down to Cape May. So stay tuned. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't miss that final episode, and if you missed the previous episodes, catch up on those before the final episode airs, probably in a few days. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it.